Hello, it's Jenny from Ginger Ninja Crafts. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I am here today to make a Tag Tuesday video. This is a collab that's hosted by lovely Shirley over at Handmade by Shirley. And the idea is just to make a tag on a Tuesday. And I got this stencil. I shared it in a haul. I got it at the weekend at the Creative Craft Show, and it is called Halloween Creepy Critters, and there's bats and pumpkin faces basically and stars on it. And I also got some Lisa Horton Crafts Interference inks, and I haven't tried them yet. So could you see the shimmer on that? So I thought this pumpkin spice shimmer and this stencil might go beautifully together. And I saw somebody do a technique where they inked through a stencil. I think it was a tag they made as well. I can't remember who it was. It was somebody on Facebook, I think. They did some inking partially through the stencil, and then they heat embossed it with clear embossing powder, and then they put black ink over the top. And I also bought myself a black Soot Distress Oxide, which I have yet to have a go with. So that is what I am going to try and do for the background of my tag. So let me just, probably should tape it down a wee bit. I'm going to do a bit this side and this side, I think. So I could take that bit there. This bit here. So the idea with these interference inks, as far as I know, is that they are a different colour depending on whether you use white cardstock or black cardstock. So I don't have any black. Wonder. I thought I had kept a bit of black there. Let me see. You take this black cardstock out of one of the other stencils I bought, so I can use that. Okay, so I also bought these little brushes, so playing with everything. So let me have a go with this. So I'm going to start at this side, and I'm just using these little brushes so that I can kind of try and only capture some of the images. That was the point of me buying these, was to be a bit more precise. Okay, so before I do any more experimenting with that, I'm going to try and do a wee bit of heat embossing. So put that there, and let's use this. So I'm just going to hope that this ink is that ink is juicy enough that it's looks like it's done a not bad job. Okay, let's see. tool here. Let me plug that in. Too many bits and bobs under my desk there. Okay. Oh, excuse that shadow, but the sun is really shining in. Right, that looks pretty good. So now I need a brush for this ink. I think I'm going to pull the blinds down as well. Right. Now, is this... does have a wee bit of something else on it, but we'll go with it. So now I'm going to try and go over this, and if I've done a good job, then it should be that the orange can shine through. Looks a bit hidden right now, but let me get a wee bit of kitchen towel. I'm going to dampen that a wee bit. See, I've just dampened a wee bit of kitchen towel just to see, is that going to, yay, look, there we go, okay, okay. So, I'm going to like that. Maybe I should have just done the whole of the tag with the stamping on it, but I didn't, so okay, I'm going to try it now with a bit of okay, okay. That's quite cool. I've kind of messed that up. Layer this up maybe. I've really not done very much Halloween crafting, but I bought myself that stencil and Halloween is this weekend or Friday, so kind of is now or never. Okay. There we go. What is like, there we go, that's a bit of an effect. Now before I do the rest of my tag, I might just try this ink on that black bit of paper here and see. So you can see that that was... Ooh! Look at that! What a lovely effect! Wow, okay, so that is the pumpkin spice shimmer. I might as well try these other two while I'm here. So let's see what this sweet treat shimmer is. It should be a kind of pinky. We got a bit of... Here we go. Oh, it's lovely too. What a nice yellow colour on the white, and then this pinky purple on the black. Lovely. And then this lavender fields shimmer. Oh, that's gorgeous. So that is... Oh, that's a great colour. Now, what should it be? It should be a sort of a green on the black. There. Isn't that lovely? So this is the pumpkin spice. This is the lavender fields shimmer, and this is the sweet treat shimmer. Oh, I can see myself being a wee bit addicted to these. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Right, I'm going to pause you. Okay, so I just spritzed the back of the stencil with water and then pressed it onto some card. And I don't know how water reactive they are, but that looks... I don't know if you can really see it. You get a bit of an effect. So we'll see how that dries, and I might use that for something else. So I do have a little folder of dies and things which are Halloweeny. Some of them are more autumny, but I think I've got a little pumpkin with a face that I might see if I can find. These kind of ghosty ones, the zombies. I quite like that skeleton. He's quite a nice size for that tag, but this one. It's quite nice, isn't he? He could make a nice feature for it. And this, what does this one say? Happy haunting. So maybe that would go more with a ghosty. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the happy haunting. I do have some stamps. I've got these bats as well. There's obviously bats on there. Maybe they could be quite fun to use. Right, let me get some some stamps. Okay, I don't think I've actually used these. I bought them. Can't remember where I bought them. Somewhere online. They were a good price and I really liked them. And then I've not really had a shot with them. Not sure quite what that plane is to do with it, but anyway. I'm kind of looking for some backgroundy ones. Maybe this, see, it's not even open. Not even open yet. Maybe this spider web would be a good idea. Oh, it's in plastic and in more plastic. I'm really upset with myself over that inky bit. I wonder if I might try doing a little bit of some splashes with water, just see if I can kind of break it up a wee bit with that. Should I do a wee light spritz? Let's see what that's like. It's a bit damp, that one. What I do with the paper towels I've used is I try and just, once they're dried, as long as they're not too saturated with colour, I pick them up and then I can use them again. And I'm just letting the water sit for a wee minute to get that bleaching effect. Oh, that's quite like that. Now, here I've got the spider web on. I've got my new VersaFine clear ink. So let's do a bit of, I don't really want to get ink this on my background. Just corner down there. Just capture a bit. And I might do a little bit of some scriptiness or something. There we go. Oops, sorry, I knocked the thingy. The thingy. Let me see. Let me see. I've got a whole load of backgroundy kind of stamps here. What scriptiness do I come across? Here's a bit of scripty stuff. Let me just put that on there. And oh, excuse me, my stomach is talking to me. Now I might do a wee second generation stamp pen, isn't that what they call it, I think? And just makes it look a wee bit better. Right, so now I think I'm going to put you on pause and I'm going to do some die cutting these shapes, and then we can see what's going to go where, and yeah, back in a tick. Okay, so I've cut it out. I've cut the pumpkin out of this lovely shimmery paper that I got from, where did I get it? I got it with that Tonic Studios Mystery bundle, and I've also cut it out of a sort of slightly shimmery black because I thought I could paper piece that into there. Although, would it have a little bit of a light? No, this is a spooky pumpkin. Like so. I'll just keep the nose in that till I need it. And then I've cut the bat. And I've done it a third time actually. The big one, and I've done 2 of the little ones. And then I had a little look. So this is some stamps that I've got. Halloween themed stamps. I think this was a Crafter's Companion. This is Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous. And this is Tracy Hay. I might have to add that little hairy spider somewhere. So yes, I think I need to put a hole in this tag. I don't always, but I'm going to do it this time. Okay. Because I'm sure I could get some ribbon or something. There we go. So maybe this big one, little one, a little one. Something like that. So yeah, are you joining in with Tag Tuesday? Have you gone with a spooky Halloweeny theme, or are you doing autumn, or... Oh, it's alive, this one. Now, I think what I'm going to do with my bats is, once they're all glued down, I'm going to add a little bit of Nuvo Drops to give them eyes. I wonder if I've got like a... green or something that'll, or red that'll shine. Sometimes when you've got the Nuvo Drops on the black background, it doesn't show up so much, but we'll give it a bash. Maybe I should put this. It's kind of covering up that background, but it's okay. So that one in there. I've had this pumpkin die for years and years and years. Can't remember where I got him, but I really like him. Now, I have tried all sorts of pick up stick things, and the best option I've got is a wee dot of blue tack on the end of my pokey sticks. I've just kind of blotted that glue a bit so that it doesn't squelch out too much. It has done a little bit. Oh, see, so there we go. That's that. Now I want some words or something. I might have to add that spider. There's like a big one and a little one. Maybe the little one is the better size. And now I've got my lovely new black ink. Oh my goodness, I'm molting. Pop that one on there, and then maybe this one might just be sat on the web. I've got this pen, do a little okay. So I'll put this one back. So the options I've got are Spooktacular, I've got Happy Halloween, I've got Boo. This one says Happy Halloween. I don't really like that. I know the voices aren't real, but they have some great ideas. I don't really like that. I think it's sort of mocking mental illness a wee bit. Simple, just Happy Halloween, or Spooktacular. And then I might just do a wee doodly border around the tag and some what do you call it, Nuvo drops. So I'm going to try and not smudge anything I've stamped. But yeah, that was quite good. I got to play with new ink, with new interference ink, and my new Distress Oxide ink, and my new stencil, and the stamp that I've had in my collection for it's not really shown up very well. Let's try this one. This one maybe. That's better. Yeah. Quite happy with that. Right, let me go see if I can find a bit of some sort of trim for the ear. I had this tiny little bit of eyelash trim that I don't know if it really, I was kind of looking for a bit of orange, but let me put that through and then see if I find a wee bit of orange. Okay. had a good rummage through my drawers with the ribbon and the trim. I've got this, which is maybe a bit too much, or I've got a little bit of this orangey. But I think it's too much, isn't it? I think this is okay. So, there we go. Now, I would quite like a bit of a green that would show up against that black. And I wonder if this might. Let me just... Yeah, I think that could be. Although I'm sure vampire bats would have red eyes, wouldn't they? But maybe, anyway, there we go, that's that. Maybe some little black. Just because I can't not do some Nuvo drops, can I? What about some orange? Oh dear, it's an addiction. Somebody was talking about having a bit of a problem with Nuvo drops not going staying kind of pointy. I find that very unusual, but I've just noticed this one started off a bit pointy. I either give it a wee sort of knock from underneath, or actually I find they do kind of settle into being nice little round shapes. So there is my Tag Tuesday for the Tuesday before Halloween. I hope that you like it. I had fun trying out some of my new toys, and I'll be back very soon with another crafty video. Thanks for watching. Bye.